Only the sexy people. Well, you know, I had prepared for today, because the last stream that we had, and I cannot pronounce the name, but the last question was, and I think it's from French Inuku, was how can we profit from Ethereum? Now, if we anticipate that the future finance is being built right in front of our eyes and it's being built on Ethereum, how do we profit from it besides buying only Ethereum? And I thought that was such a great question, and I really I wanted, thank you so much, Raymond, thank you. And I wanted to make this, and Shahid, my soul brother. Anyway, I wanted to make this stream actually for those of you who are maybe new to crypto, because it was a good question. For me, it's kind of obvious, but how do you profit from Ethereum besides just buying Ethereum? So, but now what happened? What happened is all of a sudden now we've seen the market go down, right? We're seeing Bitcoin down 3.4%, and we're seeing Ethereum 3.5%. So, you know, sometimes we also want to look at the current market, but I think it's too little to call this a flash crash. Oh, we got problems with this. So I think we will still stick to the plan, talk about the future settlement layer. And furthermore, what has been really, really interesting, as I was gone the last week, and for those of you who want to know, you know, just a little bit of private chit chat, in the end, I will let you know when the information of today's stream is over. Yeah, I would love to share a little bit of my inside of my private life, in case you want to stick around for that. What I noticed was, and you know, I really love Ivan on tech, and he always gives a good insight. But we have seen that there's been, you know, we have been experiencing a little bit of a meme boom. Now, you also know this channel is not for shitcoins and meme coins, right? But we got Pepe. And we have been seeing that there have been actually, I mean, NFTs is a big word for what's been going on the Bitcoin blockchain, right? But we've been seeing kind of NFTs, we've been seeing increased volume on the Bitcoin blockchain, and it has, you know, kind of like, there's been some discussion. Are we going to see more NFTs? Are we going to see more dApps or apps on top of Bitcoin? And I wouldn't necessarily call them dApps, because the decentralizations is not always what is happening on the top of the Bitcoin blockchain. And that's why I actually think that not only are we gonna I will point out not only the top 5 coins on Ethereum, probably the top 10, and there can be a little bit of debate, and I want to know what you think. But also, I think that this stream is going to clarify what the difference is between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, it's not without saying that Bitcoin, I would really look at it as a digital gold store value. And I am sure that in a month, or maybe even before, all those other no good YouTubers, they're going to be calling Ethereum the settlement layer. The settlement layer of the future finance that is being built right in front of our eyes. Anyway, I think it's time to start. And if I remember correctly, it goes a little something like this. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case you're new to this channel, you want to stay on top of the crypto world, well, then do me a favor, hit like, smash, and subscribe so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos or streams, so that you can, and you know that this is important to me, that you can protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Arvanchi, and I am number 1. So here we go. We've got technical issues. You let me know. Anyway, so what we're seeing, we are looking at the 15-minute charts, but I think we're gonna take this away today, because there's nothing really that we can see, except that we can see the Bitcoin is down 3%, 3.4%. We can see Ethereum down 3.5%, very similar, with Polkadot down 3.8%, and Cardano a little bit more. But let's look at Bitcoin. So we're looking here at the 4-hour, because I wanted to see if there was like a a flash crash. This is not a flash crash, right? Flash crash would have been something where we would see more intense, even if we go in and, a quicker drop down. It's just been kind of like now we're looking at the hourly, which I know that we hardly do on this channel. But it's been more of a consistent downtrend, right? Now, let's still look at the weekly, because yesterday, you also know, I came out and I said, we could end the week, and you can see right here, that we got the volume, and I think that is important. So, just because we like to look at the weekly with the 7-day moving average, right? We are way below. We're way below the 7 moving average. Fun as it may be or not, but the 7-day moving average has been quite a good indicator. Now we are, we still have a few days, and the reason why I'm when we talk about this technical analysis and so on, that's more for the fun of it. Long term, we are optimistic, and we believe in the future of the blockchain. But of course, I know in other channels they look, at other technical indicators, but it's always, everybody wants to look at a chart here and there. But I think what we have to take into consideration is the volume. I mean, the volume is so little. Teeny weeny. Actually we should do like that. That's how small it is. I mean, you can't even make the current volume from the last 7 weeks even smaller. What that means is that even though we are below, there is not, this is not an overall market-driven sentiment that we need to sell the coins that we have in the right pocket and the left pocket and in the back pocket. And that is why remember, it's not a number one prediction. It's just, that we learn by doing. But I still think we should give it until the end of the week. Now, if by the end of the week, we're going to close below it, well, then we will, on Sunday, I'm here, we will have another talk. Let me know what you think. But really, this little volume, it's teeny weeny. It's almost a joke. Let's look. When we look at the weekly on Ethereum, Ethereum is, Ethereum, you could also put it, is consistent. It's very consistent. We don't see so much, volume difference. But we also know that Bitcoin, we're back to Bitcoin here, acts a little bit like almost like an index. And an index in various ways. I mean, it's not like when we go and look at the Nasdaq or Dow Jones, right? But it is, you could actually say more of a fear and greed or mood index. Anyway, it is interesting. It doesn't really, it doesn't change the overall narrative. And the overall narrative is, I still believe that we will see Bitcoin hitting. Yeah, you know how I like this, doing all this charting here. I still think that we're gonna see Bitcoin hitting its new all-time high in October 2025, probably around 200 to 250,000. But let me know in the chat, anyone up for a little chit chat before we move on with the top 5, my choices, 5 ways of earning from the Ethereum settlement layer, the Ethereum protocol, without just buying Ethereum. So, good evening. I can see we got 19 lions here. 19 lions. We got Blockchain Bully. How are you doing? We got Sandra. I am happy you're always here, Sandra. Lots of love to you. This, in crypto industry, not only do we have, small amounts, but, the ladies, there are not a lot of ladies here. Dennis is here. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Raymond is here. I'm happy you're here. Sarah is here. And did I say hello to Crypto Charlie? I think I did, right? And Colin McDonald. Good to see you. Yeah, human family, right? We got Lee here. Lee, good to see you. What do you think about Lee? He likes to take a look at the charts a little bit different than I do. Let me know what you think. And Rohit Nair, how are you? Chainlink, Uniswap, there you go. Rohit, he knows. Actually, Rohit, he came and he's already pointing out 2 of the top 5 tokens that we are gonna talk a little bit about today. So well done, well done. Miles, good to see you. I think Miles is new. Have you been here before? And there's hello to Crypto Stand. I guess I did. And we got Vax is here. Good to see you. And of course, not that we got that many, but I'm happy, always happy to see Blockchain Bully, Blockchain Bully and Crypto Stand. And Steve Webbett here. By the way, guys, it would also be nice and Derek, nice to see you. It would be nice if some of you guys, at a moment and got a little time, send a picture of you. Because you know what I look like, even when I got a haircut, right? And when I gain a little weight, or when I've been on the bike and I look a little more slim, I have no clue what you guys look like, and it would be an honor. No face, you're not late at all, not at all. Good to see you. I think first things first, we need to go in and have just a little look at the overall market. But again, I don't think that this is really calling for something that we have to be worried about. But let's just have a quick screen of the market. And then I do want to go in and talk about what we are supposed to talk about in today's stream. So here we go. We can see Bitcoin down 3.3%. I just want to scroll down. And again, I always like to point out this market manipulation, right? And for those of you like CryptoStan and Blockchain Bully and and all the lions that have been here since we started, it's kind of like I'm repeating. But if you're new, then it is important, because the current crypto market, with its market cap of 1.1 trillion, it is still so little. It is still so little. And there was a very good also, there's, if we look at the current, if we take this last week's meme season into consideration, right? It's being controlled by a very few wallets, by very few accounts, and it is very easy to manipulate. So I like to call out the numbers, and you will see they're almost all in line. We can see Bitcoin down 3%, Ethereum down 3%, Binance 3%, XRP down 3%, Cardano a little bit more, 4% Doge, Solana 5%, 4% to Polygon Matic, 3%. It's always, we can see now between 3.5% to 5%, the entire market. And we all know that investors like you and I, we keep our coins. I don't think you just decided here a few hours ago that you were going to sell, across the board. Anyway, Polkadot down 3.8%. But I we need to do a Polkadot stream. But by the way, Polkadot and Kusama, if we just want to jump over and see if I can find the right. If we go in here and we look at, I like this website, Sentiment, not Sentiment, but Sentiment. And you can see here behind me, here we can see the the action of developers, the contribution. And Sentiment, they have this here where we can see on which blockchain the amount of contributions that developers have contributed to the blockchains within the last 30 days. Maybe it looks a little small, but you can see Polkadot is ranked number 1, Kusama on a 2nd place, and then we got, which I like, we got Cardano on a 3rd place, Hedera on a 4th place, and then we got Internet ICP. A lot of things going on. Then we got Cosmos. Then we got Decentraland. You see, Decentraland, that is actually important to see that when it comes to a gaming coin, Decentraland, they're doing good, right? And then we can see, actually, compared to Ethereum the last 30 days, we are seeing more on Polkadot and Kusama. And that is why I still believe that those beautiful dots, they are still going to make everyone happy. Anyway, so we can see a lot of going on, and now let's get back here. So just scroll down. Polkadot also down 3. Shiba Inu down 4.8. We got Avalanche down 4.2. Chainlink down 4.2. And we got Uniswap. Uniswap holding good overall. Stellar also. Stellar, I have to say, Stellar, and that's funny. See, Stellar doesn't really... When we're talking about market manipulation, it's also because that the main top coins, right? They're still very much being driven by expectations of future, not only future revenue, I would say a future utility, right? Because most of us, we are only here in the crypto market because we want to make a buck or two. I'm sorry. And you know why Stellar is not in line with this 3% to 5% within the last 24 hours is because Stellar already has a use case. They're already earning money, revenue. For example, as I always like to point out, the Ukrainian government, they've been working with Stellar already 2 years, right? CBDCs. So, and that's why it's not so easy to manipulate, because Stellar is one of the few protocols that actually already has, let's say, exited this idea of being inefficient coin where we only have future expectations. So let's just go in here and look at Stellar. Let's look at all. And we can still see, well, now of course I'm in the way, but you can see behind me, great potential. Let's just, I want to go down. Let's go over here. In case you can always go in. I like this coin go live. I love this page because you can always very quickly see what is the potential from the current price to its all-time high. I know I repeat a little bit here. Or also, where's Stellar? We cannot find Stellar here. Of course it is here. So you can see, still see there's still 885 potential return on investment in case Stellar should go up to its previous all-time high. And I think Stellar is not only going to go up to its previous all-time high. Anyway, I'm trying always to share a little bit of how I do my investments for Betty. And remember, I own nothing. I'm pretty happy because I got Betty and she owns everything, at least in our little family. But anyway, you got to do your own research, right? So we got Bitcoin Cash down 3.19%. I also think that it's worth talking about Bitcoin Cash. As I just pointed out in the beginning of this, the narrative that in the past week we have seen, NFTs, memes, whatever you want to call it, being, built, traded on Bitcoin. And we know that Bitcoin is simply not, it's not the settlement layer. And we also know that the miners and let's say the people that kind of control Bitcoin, they're not interested in having 1,000 different decentralized applications built on Bitcoin. We're going to see huge amounts of increases in fees. And it's simply not viable. And that's not what, let's say, the narrative is for the future on finance built on the blockchain. That's why I'm wanting to point out Bitcoin Cash. See, Bitcoin Cash has been around for a long, long time. And we are all waiting. In order for us really to make these huge gains, we need to see mass adoption, right? That's what we're waiting for. We are waiting to see how money is going to be converted from the traditional financial industry and transferred onto the blockchain. And Bitcoin Cash, even though, the potential currently is 3,269. I love 69. Return on investment in case it's going to go up to its previous all-time high. And I do believe that, now this is not, sometimes we've got to differentiate what is really, the technology, the underlying technology. Does it make sense? Does Bitcoin Cash really, if you look at the things that we need in order for the Web 3.0 to become a success, do we need it? Maybe not really, but in order to get the attention of mainstream individuals, can be that Bitcoin Cash, they're gonna look at Bitcoin and say, no, it's not so scalable, but Bitcoin Cash, completely different. It's a different story. You can use that actually to go into a shop and buy a cup of coffee. So I think we have talked about Bitcoin Cash. I do believe that the days of Bitcoin Cash are going to come. Remember, Bitcoin Cash has been around for a long, long time. So that's on that. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get in. And Filecoin down 8%. VeChain down 3.8. Quant, I just want to, maybe I'm always getting ahead of myself. The graph down 7%, right? But we still know we made good gains with Aave down 5. We got Theta down 4. Maybe I'm always... So we can see 4% on Chili's, Curve down 6, Maker down 7. Now maybe everything is down a little bit more. Let's scroll up here. No, but okay. And synthetics down 7. Love synthetics, by the way. We don't need to look at Terra Classic. IOTA down 3. Optimism down 12%, right? Wow. Injective protocol down 14. So we are seeing volatility has increased, but this is the crypto game, right? And let me just, before we waste too much time here, is there anything else? I think we did good here. I think we did good. Okay. So there will be questions in the end. Remember, I love energy web token. Now, for example, it's not the time to maybe pick up and get into gamify or seedify, the gaming, initial gaming offering platforms. But this was gonna take some time before we're really gonna see some action on them. Akala and Karura, we need to. It can be, I got also warn you, it can be that with Akala and Karura, if they are really gonna fail, then shame on me. Shame on me. I really hope there's gonna come out some good news from them. Serum up 14%. Completely against the trend. That's something we like to see, right? Solana. So what happened but Serum, why Serum up? I don't know, 14%. Then usually Radium would also go up, but we can see Radium is down 5.7%. Anyway, this is something that we have to look at tomorrow. Okay, guys, let's get into what we wanted to talk about today, and that is the future of finance is being built on Ethereum, my point of view. So the foundation is being laid for a new, and obviously these presentations, I do implement the text, but sometimes, of course, I copy and paste it, and it's good to use some new terminology. So the foundation are being laid for a new internet and financial services industry built on digital assets and blockchain. This is the most important evolution when it comes to Web 1.0, the Web 2.0, I always like to say 0.0, and the Web 3.0. Right? So innovation is the most important innovation in a generation. The first digital medium for value. So what Bitcoin is, right now I'm talking about Bitcoin. Well, basically everything on the blockchain. A way to move, store, and manage assets like money, stocks, voting, and even our digital identities privately and peer-to-peer. There's one thing that nobody speaks about, and it's funny, because voting is going to be very, very important in the future. You see, once the CBDC is going to be launched, and it's going to be connected to our digital identity, with our wallet, with our digital identity, we are also going to cast our vote. We just have a dilemma here since 2020, right? Since Trump became president, and it seems that some people cannot control the outcome anymore. That's why we're having this complete nonsense debate about the voting machines in the United States. And that's why they still have this old system where you can even, you can submit your vote via the post with a stamp. They need that because that way they can change the outcome, right? But you could easily already do it on the blockchain. So nobody's talking about this voting, but it's going to be a very, very important factor of the future. So obviously Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the mother of all cryptocurrencies. It is the digital gold. Now Bitcoin functions like cash for the internet and a final settlement layer for the crypto economy. So as I said, and we've said many times, it's the digital gold for investors because it is censorship resistant, and that is an alternative for the oppressed lifeline of many of the world's unbanked. And we know that Bitcoin is unrivaled in this role. So Bitcoin has its position, just like gold has. Now, some people, they would like to refer to Ethereum as silver. No, I don't see it like that. I see it more, I think Ethereum is like silver. It's like oil. It's like the basis of every future fraudulent government, fiat, central bank currency platform. And you could do a lot of things, right? I mean, it's basically just like a ledger, like an Excel sheet, but it is electronic. So Ethereum is the settlement layer of the future of finance, and Ether is the currency of the future. Is even if you take into consideration today, it doesn't matter, even if we got different blockchain ecosystems, as we do, right? We got different blockchain ecosystems. But any one ecosystem that matters, like Solana, like Polkadot, like Avalanche, like Algorand, anyone, they all have a trading pair trading against Ethereum. They might not all of them have one against Euro, but all against Ethereum. Ethereum is the most used currency in the world of cryptocurrency. That's a fact. Ethereum's protocol is also much more complex and flexible than Bitcoin. And as we know, Ether is Ethereum's native monetary asset, and it has arguably superior monetary properties when compared to Bitcoin, gold, and fiat money. And you also know that we talk a lot about the central bank digital currency. We don't like that it's programmable, but we're not here for the politics, right? I do believe that the foundation of the CBDC is going to be on Ethereum. Ethereum is much more similar to money than it is to oil. However, it is a multifaceted asset that can be valued as monetized commodity, currency, bond, growth tech stock, and consumable resources. Now, I guess you all also know this, right? ETH is deflationary. And that is also important, especially when the elite is going to try to force us to use and appreciate the CBDC. But that is a good point, right? Because the current monetary system around the world is certainly not deflationary, right? And that's also why we are seeing inflation actually going in line with the money being created. So in August 2021, the Ethereum network, they pushed their upgrade, EIP 1559, that changed the way transaction fees would be burned, so that they no longer have been going to the network's miners. And this was the forerunner to Ethereum switching to proof of stake last September. As a result, Ethereum may have produced deflationary blocks. More ETH has been burned than distributed. This altcoin has been consistently deflationary every day since the start of 2023, as per network tracker Ultrasound Money. So the Ethereum's combination of persistence, permanence, utility, and scalability will ultimately already has cemented it as the #1 monetary network. And we always like to talk about Ethereum killers, right? We're always talking about, oh, this network is going to be like Solana is going to be Ethereum killer, Polkadot is going to be Ethereum killer, Algorand or whatever. No. There is not any blockchain that's going to kill Ethereum. All they can do is try to be interoperable with Ethereum. And that's also why that they are here mentioning, in this report that I took these lines from, Ethereum killers will likely become layer 2 sidechains scaling solutions to Ethereum. They will be much more scalable in Ethereum, and we are seeing that already, right? With Optimism, with Polygon, we're seeing that with Arbitron. We're just and so they are much more scalable. They're faster, but they're still relying on Ethereum's security. So these networks, they can prosper, and that's why we're also going to look at some coins today, right? That are not Ethereum, but that actually profit from the underlying settlement, let's say, settlement layer and the security and the dominance of Ethereum. So these networks, they can prosper, but they must be valued primarily on a cash flow basis as cloud service providers as opposed to monetary assets. The monetary asset is the Ethereum blockchain, and the currency is ETH. So multiple unprecedented macro factors are lined up and creating a massive appeal for cryptocurrencies, and this will continue to drive institutional and retail demand for Bitcoin Ethereum. This is all I had to, share with you from this presentation. I just want to point out, even if we are very certain or secure in our anticipation that the future finance is being built on the blockchain, we still need to get the masses convinced that they have to come into the universe of blockchain. And this is where meme coins, this is where naked dancing monkeys as NFTs help convince the average people that this is the place to be. And then it will also be easier to force upon them the CBDC wallets. Anyway, I'll just go to the chat for a second before we move on to the coins here. Dennis is saying, let's have a Bahama Mama. Yeah, I mean, my mouth is like, it's drying out, So I'm just going to go and get some water. And actually, in that case, I'll just put you on just a few seconds. And I'll be right back, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to end this stream here. So give me a second here. I'll be right back. So no more Bahama Mama, but we got a Pepsi Max here. So I want to get back to the chat, but just give me 4 more minutes, and let me go through the coins that that's basically why you came here, right? It's very simple to profit from the Ethereum protocol without buying Ethereum. I mean, I've spent a lot of time here, but all you got to do is, for example, you go into DeFi Llama. And then we can go in and we can see the value locked in on, we go into Ethereum, and then you go in and press Ethereum, and then you can see the top protocols. And we can see the top protocols on Ethereum is Lido, MakerDAO, Aave, Curve Finance, Uniswap, Convex Finance, Coinbase. I wouldn't use the Wrapped. Compound, Rocket Pool, Balancer. Now that doesn't necessarily my top 5 investment coins is not necessarily Curve. I love Curve, but here you can see the total value locked in. So these are the top protocols in terms of total value locked in within the Ethereum ecosystem. But it's also here to point out, and that's exactly, I forgot who pointed that out in the chat, you don't see Chainlink here. So Chainlink doesn't, because Chainlink is an oracle, so that's why this is, don't take this for, for what it is. These are not, Chainlink, for example, doesn't provide any staking services. It's not a DeFi coin like these are. But Chainlink is, from my point of view, one of the most, probably, within the top 5. Anyway, just the next one. We don't need to go to sentiment. I like here to go to token terminal. Go here. And let me just, in order to do it quick, let's go back to CoinMarketCap. I believe my top 5 coins in order to benefit from Ethereum is Uniswap, because Uniswap is the decentralized exchange on Ethereum. So, and Chainlink also, I mean, here there's not like one is number 1 and the other one is number 5. They're all top 5 coins. So, and it's not financial advice, remember that. So Unis, what we talked about, Chainlink, because it's an oracle, right? An oracle that is transmitting data from the real world onto decentralized applications. And it doesn't even matter if it's a layer 2 or it's another ecosystem. Every ecosystem that is EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine compatible, are basically using Chainlink when it comes to getting data, transmitting data, like prices, or, you know, for insurances, if they have to pay out, your flight is delayed and you have to, you know, get compensation. Well, on what data feed will they rely on? Well, in the future, on the data feed from Chainlink. So Chainlink is kind of like an octopus that has an arm in every space and every application. Doesn't matter if it's insurance, if it's DeFi, whatever it is. So those two. Yeah, I wouldn't say, not the watch list. Let's just go and look at. So we got yeah, I would also say here, I want to do it quicker. Aave, Maker, Curve, Synthetics, Compound, they are hardcore DeFi tokens on Ethereum. And yeah, these are probably, but yeah, these are the ones that I would point out. But I mean, I think a lot of you also know, it was just because we got that question, and I wanted to point it out. So let me know any other coins that you think you could profit from, because obviously this, I mean, not every, but there are lots of protocol built on Ethereum that you can profit from by not owning Ethereum, by the growth of Ethereum. Anyway, man, that's all, you know, with a little bit of an imagination. And if something I forgot, then you let me know and ask. Ooh. So let me see here. What do you say, blockchain bully? ETH is centralized, and we are here to profit from that. Yeah, it very much is. It very much is centralized, right? And centralized also the owners of it, right? So caring is sharing. We are belonging stronger together into family. By the way, yeah. To what do we have tomorrow? We're gonna find the winner of the last giveaway. So the last chance to participate. Follow the link below, and tomorrow we will choose a winner altogether. Altogether now. And that's it, all I got to say for today. Of course, I want to take the questions, but everything I had to share has been shared. So now it's just a little more chit-chat. And of course, I love the chit-chat. So that's it. But now we'll go through. Harris is here. Good to see you. Where have you been so long? Harris was actually he's been the only lion who sent me a picture of him. And what a beautiful, handsome man. What do you say, Crypto Dachshund? Any fear over Link being so dominant? If were to go down, it is so involved in everything. Yeah, no. It's funny when Crypto Dachshund is pointed that out. I think if we go back a little bit to, let's say, the internet 2.0, when we were able to send emails, and we also had these infrastructure providers such as, I think, Oracle, and that was actually connecting, or some, these companies that you don't really, it's not like, they're not really in the front, you don't really hear about them, but because I like your question, dominance, right? How can it be that we have seen more than, 1,000 different DeFi exchanges or coins, but nobody actually took it upon them to create a lot of competition to Chainlink? But It's always, you know, more sexy to have a front end service provider than an, let's say, an infrastructure provider. However, Chainlink is seeing competition, right? We are seeing other oracles that are also trying, and they might be. So I do think that we're going to see other oracle coins that will maybe be, you know, cheaper or easier to integrate, and they might be more niche specific. But yeah, no, Chainlink does have a dominant, almost a monopoly. But you know, on the other hand, the data that Chainlink is providing is public, right? So anyone could also create competition to Chainlink if they wanted to. So on the other hand, we're going to see a lot of niche oracles, and if Chainlink is going to be too expensive or not provide, you know, the service, because it's also going to be, once we're going to see this, the rollout of the CBDC, and we're going to see this, there's probably going to come, you know, from the governments around the world, there's going to come some deadline where every company, they need to be on the blockchain, right? And then we're going to see a huge demand for traditional companies needing these service providers to help them to get onto the blockchain. And if, for example, if Chainlink is not going to offer that service and so on, I mean, this I don't know, but of course it's a good question. But there's a bit of competition, and I still think that the opportunity to create an oracle is for everyone, but there's not so many protocols providing that service as, for example, with the DeFi protocols, that where 90% of them are going to go to hell. What do you say? So that we got that. What do you say, Leopoldo Gandara? I have a problem. I can't stop buying cryptos. Maybe I might be an addict, because you know, a crypto addict. Well, let me put it like this, my friend, Leopoldo Gandara. As long as you buy coins 50 to 90% below the all-time highs, I can tell you one thing: you are one hell of an addict. An addict that I would like to be associated with. So, what do you say? Are you ready for a dump in October? Why are you saying that, Harry? That's because you've been listening to our good old friend there. What is he called? Crypto. We got this one YouTube channel. He's always pointing out that we're gonna go down. He compares it with Amazon, and he's been right for a while. But I don't know. Are we gonna see? Why do you think the dump is coming in October? Provide 247. Hello, thoughts on AP13, ICP and Jasmine? No. On AP13, no. ICP, I think, yeah. ICP. I think ICP. I mean, we need to do more there. We bought our position, but ICP, Internet Computer, is. I mean, you can also see the development that's going on there. I mean, and a little insight. Even though I'm the smallest crypto YouTube channel on the interweb, we can see when we launched that video, we got like 5 times more views than the second best. So that means that there's also interest. I mean, ICP, I think they're onto something, but I don't know the others, but we need to follow up more on that. So guys, that's it. Load up Ankala. Yeah, Colin, you're right. Akala just secured the next parachain lease. Yeah, no face. Yeah, but yeah, and that's good. But I mean, but let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you and I, we wanted to secure a parachain lease, we can like kind of do that now with like $200. Securing a parachain lease is currently not very expensive. In fact, you can almost get it for free because obviously Polkadot, they can issue as many parachains as they want. So they secured it. That's a good thing. But they have been very unresponsive. I don't know what's going. I mean, yeah, I'm very disappointed in them, I have to say. I'm very disappointed. I mean, very disappointed. It's almost like they're gonna get on the shit list, and it would also, I would hate to see that, because that would mean I would have failed you with one of the coins that I thought was going to be, the DeFi hub of the Polkadot ecosystem. But let's see. Let's hope. They must have had some problems, because they've been awfully quiet. So anything else here? Bahama Mamas, Dennis, you have a 2 for me. KSM, but mostly Glamour. So disappointing. I don't know why that ranks well. Is there truly adaptation? Now, Raymond, yet is there truly adaptation? That's one of the. I mean, that's a good question. Look at the entire cryptocurrency industry. There's no adaptation. Why do you come to cryptocurrency industry? Does it make anything in your life easier? Not a simple thing. Even me, right? Cryptocurrency it's like going to the casino currently. It's a place where we make money, but it actually has nothing to do with what we are doing currently. So that's why I also showed previous here that it's important to look at the development action that's going on. What is actually being developed? And we very much have, I mean, the reason why we are here is because we're anticipating that the future of finance is going to be built on the blockchain. So there are no real life use cases currently in the crypto space, but they will come. And I am optimistic that the Polkadot is going to be a huge winner. Reason being is also, if you look at who founded Ethereum, right? Ethereum was founded by 4 individuals, of course, by the Russian guy. I always forget his name. How can I forget it? You know who I'm talking about, right? That Russian guy. But 3 others, and that was Robin Hood, Gavin Wood from Polkadot. It was also from Cardano, right? Charles Hoskinson, and it was of course also the founder from Consensus, so it was 4 individuals, and these 4 individuals are still very much going to probably, I think, like, it's almost like you can go back in time, and it was almost like they kind of came to an agreement and said, okay, I'm gonna build this ecosystem. That was Gavin Wood. I'm gonna build the Polkadot ecosystem. Charles Hoskinson, I'm gonna build another ecosystem, Cardano. And then we had the founder of Consensus. I forgot his name also. I must be tired. But the founder of Consensus is basically, it's the software shop that has built the permission blockchain Quorum, which JP Morgan is using. And it's also Consensus that has built MetaMask, which is the wallet that we need in order to interact with anything Ethereum related, and also ultimately with the future of the CBDC. So that's it. No Face Akala is not my favorite, that's for sure. So development over adoption. Yeah, I think so. Because I think that's a good way of looking at it. I think that's a good. We need to see how the infrastructure of the Web3, Vitalik Buterin in blockchain buddies, they're always to help. Vitalik, yeah. And Joseph Lubin, there we go. Joseph Lubin, the founder of Consensus, and Vitalik, known as the founder of Ethereum, but there were 4. Guys, that's it from me today. I love you so much. And yeah, I think we did enough. Tomorrow I'll see you again, and that's it. See you tomorrow. Stay strong, and I love you all. I love you all. Yeah, built by JP Morgan. Yeah. Quorum was built by JP Morgan, but it was kind of in hand with Consensus, right? Also, if you go in and look at the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, which was kind of co-established by Consensus and JP Morgan. So I think that, Joseph Lubin, what was it? I mean, Quorum was created by JP Morgan, but then Consensus bought it from JP Morgan, and now it's kind of like the service provider for Quorum, but it all goes together. Don't forget, I am no one. I'm literally no one. And all of you, you make my life better. Crypto makes my life better. There's still no real everyday use cases, but I've been able to make a lot of money for Betty. And Betty is happy, and then I'm happy. But the fact that you were here and ask questions and come to live streams is really, that's my currency. And every minute where I don't have to focus on fighting to get my children back, I focus on crypto, and even though I can tell you there's one thing you never, if you ever have the illusion of creating a YouTube channel and you can earn money there, no, take that away. But the fact that you are here, and also gives me a lot of more, I want to share with you, and that makes me research more. And by researching the crypto industry more has made me more money, and my experience sharing with you. But the fact that you are here shows that you are lying. And I have no doubt in my mind that you are going to become among the 1%.